Hi guys. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hi Far, thank you for joining. Is the sound okay? I know yesterday I messed up or the day before. If you hear some chewing, it's my puppy dog here. He's got a pig ear that he's had for a month. He's still trying to eat. Hi Mom, thanks for joining. Hey Jody. Hi the Landers. Thank you for joining this evening. Tonight's going to be our normal Tuesday night where we go over Bryan Vladek Hasel. He's missing from Florida. Let me bring up his flyer. Here we go. There he is. There's Bryan Vladek Hasel. He was in the Marines. He got an honorable discharge, and we'll go through this more, and we'll play the three pinned TikToks that Bethany would like for us to do, which helps with her algorithm, I believe. Mom, it's in Messenger. I sent it to you in your Facebook Messenger. I don't know if my Discord in here on my computer is kind of weird. If you need it again, I'll try to send it. Well, I can just send it right here in chat, and then I can just watch who comes up. Sorry. All right, let's see how this works. There you go, Mom. I put it in chat now, but I also sent it in Messenger. It may not have went through. I apologize. I tried. And we will wait on Mom before we play the rest. And she usually gets into the box on TikTok with Bethany, but Bethany isn't going to be in there tonight, but someone else is. I don't know Mom's plans, but she will definitely let us know, I'm sure. And since I'm talking about Bethany, I will go ahead and show you. That's his sister, Bethany. There she is. Let's get her up here. Hi, Mom. You're muted if you're trying. Oh, there you are.
Hello.
A row. Did you dual stream on your side too tonight?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, you're. Oh, I see what you're doing. You got your whole system figured out. I'm just like winging it. Yeah, you have yours all planned. I'm like, oh, what are we doing?
Yep, when we dual stream, I just hit the button in your studio
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
and it pops up on mine.
Well, hot damn. Look what we're doing. We're doing it.
We're, we're doing the damn thing.
Whatever that is, we're on it. I was telling them I could go ahead and play those three, or do you want me to wait till the end? The three pinned on
You
her
can go ahead and play
TikTok.
them if you want.
Okay.
You can go
That
ahead and
way,
play them if you want. Are you live?
yeah, we're live.
Oh shit! I didn't know we were live. Hello.
Yeah, we're live.
My bad.
Oh, that's all right. I think it's funnier when we don't know. Because see, they can see what we talk about. All right, let me take this off here.
Good thing I didn't tell any dirty jokes or anything.
Not like Far would be offended from what I heard. I love her. Oh my, I laughed so hard at Far. Far, you're a mess. I laughed so hard at her. I did. I was like, man, she's gonna make me have to pee. She's funny. Innocent
I
fun.
love
I
her.
love it. Oh, yes. And the innocent fun part is that's what's the best part. All right. So if I can do this right and not do the see, I got my own train right now. For when I mess up, y'all will just know, oh God, here comes the train. All right, let's see if we can do this like it's Thanksgiving. Hot diggy dog, here we go. I think y'all can see that. You should anyway. No? Back to the train station. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. All right. So what I will do, I will play these first three because it helps their algorithm. So if you ever come in here to support the Find Vladek Hassel TikTok page, please only hit the first three. each day that you go in there because those 3 will help with the algorithm. So we'll start with this one, and please let me know if the sound is okay.
Tonight in our Missing series, the disappearance of a young veteran from Florida. A lot of you have reached out to us about this case. Bryan Vladek Hasel vanished 6 months ago. His father says the last time he saw his 22-year-old son was when they were packing up for a trip out of state for his sister's birthday. Bryan decided not to go on that trip. Well, when his dad returned home, Bryan was gone, and his cell phone had been left behind. Correspondent Bryan spent most of the past few days in Orlando digging into this story for us. Bryan, the family is obviously desperate for answers right now. What stood out to you as you started to follow the clues that had been left behind?
Well, a few things stood out, Marnie. First of all, Vladek is just a really nice guy, according to everyone we spoke to. He's the kind of person who would smile at strangers on the street, start up conversation with strangers. He would pick up homeless people and take them out to dinner or help them pay their bills. But he was also complicated, like so many of us. He suffered from depression, and he disappeared.
Hi. Hey, how are you? All right. I'm Bryan. Steve. Hi, nice to meet you.
When we got to Bryan Vladek Hasel's Orlando apartment, his dad and 2 sisters were waiting, desperate for any help.
Happy birthday, dear Vladek. Happy birthday to you.
They're desperate to find the missing 23-year-old Marine who vanished in November of last year.
What's life like for you right now, not knowing?
I wake up sometimes at night and think he's standing at the bed, and I realize, I was just dreaming. I have trouble sleeping at night. I talk to God a lot.
Steve Hasel adopted Vladek from a Russian orphanage when he was just 5 years old. He has 7 siblings, and after high school, joined the Marines. He was honorably discharged, and his family says he's had his ups and downs and bouts of depression that trace back to his childhood in Moscow. Vladek's dad went out of town on November 5th. It's the last time the family saw Vladek.
I was really worried because I was thinking about his mental health, and I know my dad had mentioned some concerns that he had about his behavior and some of the stuff he was saying. He was very hyper focused on religion, talking about archangels and demons the night before my dad left.
Vladek would talk to anyone and was known to help homeless people with rides and money.
He had been really struggling with finding his purpose in life after leaving the Marines, and with reaching out to the homeless community, I feel like that really gave him a purpose.
This Orlando coffee shop was where Vladek spent most of his time. He was known for pacing there, and his family says a customer accused him of having a pocket knife on the table he was sitting at, which caused the manager to call the police. They told him he couldn't come back. That was right before he vanished in November.
My first thought was he had a mental breakdown because of what happened with the coffee shop and his level of depression to start with, and that maybe he went off into the woods like he one time thought of doing and just stayed there.
In the apartment complex, the maintenance workers knew Vladek because he walked around the neighborhood at night and smiled at everyone. His family thinks he may have had a mental breakdown and could be in a massive wooded area behind the complex.
But there is a kind of an opening back in here that he would go back. He could get back in there a ways, but it's just overgrown with palmetto bushes and trees.
Not knowing what happened is pure agony.
But I need to know, and I keep telling God, just tell me, where is he? Is he all right? Is he here or is he with you? And that's very hard.
And there have been some reported sightings of Vladek. Someone said they may have seen him at a homeless camp. There was also a possible sighting at a 7-Eleven, but at this point, none of that has panned out. Marnie?
It is just so heartbreaking, Bryan, to hear that dad and see his tears and know that the fear of the unknown keeps you up at night. It's something that you appreciate when you hear him put it into words. Bryan, thank you. And if you have seen Bryan Vladek Hasel or you have any information about his disappearance, call the Orange County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. As Bryan said, it is an open and active case, and they are looking for him. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button.
For 2021. That was the last time anyone heard from Hasel before he disappeared under mysterious circumstances from the UCF area. Vlad's family went on a trip to Tennessee when a series of events For 2021. That was the last time anyone heard from Hasel before he disappeared under mysterious circumstances from the UCF area. Vlad's family went on a trip to Tennessee when a series of events unfolded in their absence.
When we got back from that trip, Vladek was gone. So we're still trying to put the pieces together of what could have happened. There's a lot of possibilities.
According to his family, his last official sighting was at Foxtail Coffee on University Boulevard. The camp footage shows Hazel being formally trespassed from the coffee shop after reportedly making a customer uncomfortable with his pacing 2 days prior. Later on, that customer would come back and say he saw a knife on the table, prompting the trespass.
Vladek frequented Foxtail Coffee House. He frequented other businesses on University. 3 times a week he would be there.
After the incident at Foxtail, it is believed Hasel never returned home. Early reports say he went to a friend's apartment within the complex, out of breath and paranoid.
The family enlisted the help of Steve Fisher, a private investigator, to aid the search. Fisher, in partnership with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, identified a shoe found in the wooded area near the place as the same one Vlad was wearing the day he was trespassed, as seen in the image.
And I think we're 95% certain that's Vlad's shoe. That can often be a sign of a struggle, like a fight goes on.
Sitting united, the family left a message for Hasel.
We love him so much. So very much. And we just need to know he's okay. Wherever you are, Vlad. We just need to know if you're okay.
For now, Hasel's location is still unknown, but his family and investigators refuse to give up. For 20.
No, poor Vladek. Dang it. Oh, the dad always gets me every time.
Yeah, he's
For
a
sure.
sweetheart. They all are.
Yeah. And you
His
really just
dad's a
have to.
sweetheart. His mom, the girls.
Oh. And you see their emotions, and you got to put yourself in their shoes, and you have to think, man, the pain they have to feel. It has to be unbearable. And that I'm sure that's all they can think about all the time. Very sad. Very, very sad.
And Bethany's a warrior. Like, she does not give up. I joke with her. I don't think she sleeps.
Oh.
She's his biggest. Hi, all on the prowl. Peggy, Jody. Thank you all for being here. You got
Hi, Dave. Jody. Peggy. I say Peggy because you remember that commercial? That I don't know, something about a plane ticket or something, and she says, "My name is Peggy," and our little Peggy's always funny. I know. I'm like, man, you should probably tell Peggy why I call her Peggy. Is there a way when I'm playing this where I don't have to show that chat, or am I just kind of have to do as I've been doing?
you talking about the TikTok chat?
Yeah, because I tried this and it just kind of brings me up, but whenever it starts playing, it's kind of hard to. I want them to be able to really focus on their faces, but it's so hard. I can't make it bigger.
I've never noticed the chat popping up on yours.
Yeah, it does. I'll play. I don't want to play that again because she said it'll mess it up. But as soon as sometimes, like when she's live, I can knock off the chat a little bit on there. But whenever they're playing and they're pinned, I don't think I can take the chat off. But I'll work on it. Got to learn something.
I don't know. I'm new over there to TikTok. I'm a nervous wreck over there.
Me too. The other night in a mute box, I was like, what is she talking about? And how will I mute? And then I see the mute and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me straighten my helmet. I got it now.
See, it's really cool. Like when you take a silent box like that, because what it does is even though you're not live on TikTok, it shows all of your followers that you're in a live, and if they touch your bubble, it'll take them to the live that you're in.
Oh, wow. That's so complicated.
So, oh, really, a lot of the families that advocate for their loved ones over there, they invite, once they get used to you being in the chat or know you from another family or something, they'll invite you to take a box, and it's generally a silent box. Right, and it's different than over here. Like, I'm on your panel,
Yeah.
so my YouTube's not going to show that I'm on your panel, but on TikTok it does show that, and it's so cool, like the way that
Wow.
they've got it set up there.
Well, that's really neat. And I haven't seen a lot of trolls on TikTok either because I kind of watch her chat because I'm waiting. You're like, no, 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 don't hurt the family. And I don't hardly see anything.
She really doesn't get trolls now. I've been in other lives where people come in and troll, but
It probably
Bethany
depends
really
on
doesn't get trolls.
Good. She's such a good person. She doesn't deserve trolls.
No, she's a sweetheart.
She
She's
sure
an
is.
absolute sweetheart.
And could she get any prettier? Her in her little dress. I'm like, oh my goodness. She makes that look so easy.
She is very pretty. She's very pretty.
And Toe Jamie, no, Mom and I are not sisters, but I guess we kind of are. We are, but not by the same misters. That's so cute, though. Are you and Mom sisters? Hi, Wild Hair. Thank you for joining. That's funny. We probably should have been.
Closer to Doodle than I am some of my sisters.
And I don't have siblings, so it's just me. So I'll take all of y'all with me, even Peggy. Peggy's laughing. I could just see her laughing. Peggy.
Peggy's a sweetheart too.
Oh yes, yeah. Peggy is, and Paula. Paula is so sweet, and Dave. Dave over there finding stuff for Alice to eat. Is she live?
She is live.
All right, let's do this. I don't see. It doesn't show me. Maybe I should refresh. Let me refresh. Let me refresh.
I was going to say probably refresh because I've been sitting here refreshing it on my phone.
I still don't see why. Oh, there it is. Okay. I will hush my mouth and let y'all watch. And guys, please let me know how sound is whenever she pops up because I would hate to go through this and not have any sound after all the work she puts into this.
Oh my goodness. It's for so unalived. I've in just 1 second. My people should be joining me and I will get that's kind of cropped weird. Okay, hi everyone. Thank you guys so much for waiting. I hope you can hear me. I was having Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hi.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. We're all good.
Well, I feel so bad. I had the YT people waiting.
Oh no.
I know. Oh
So Arctic Fox, Thomas, this is this is not Bethany, it's Rosie, and Melissa with pink hair. We're gonna run a live today because Bethany had some scheduling mishaps, so she can't be here, but here we are. We're gonna run a medium-sized live today and try to get things going.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming up. How are you, Thomas?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. The allergies have been allergying for like 3 weeks now, and it's snowing outside.
Girl, it's the same way here. It's, well, no snow, thank goodness.
Oh, well, it was 80 3 days ago. So,
oh my gosh.
Wisconsin
We've
didn't
got
take
hail-
their meds this month.
We've got hail and tornadoes heading our way, and the pollen is so bad out there that I could go draw a missing person's flyer on my
Yeah,
cars.
we had that as well, the pollen. And my kid was driving back from Florida this weekend, and they got stuck in a tornado in Illinois.
Oh, wow.
They kept him in the bus. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, never ever send me a video of you in a tornado ever again. Never. He thought it was real cool.
Yeah, it's real cool until your windshield starts coming in on the car.
Or like they suck you out the window because, yeah, he's a little guy. He could totally go out a bus window. Click. How is everyone? Mind of Monsters, thanks for running you're the one who runs the TikTok or the YT, right?
I am so sorry that it took me so long to get this up and running. I am so sorry. I think it's you. I also think that it's you that does it, but whoever does it, I'm so sorry.
It's Christy, right? Is it Christy?
Yes,
or is it someone else? Okay, I'm terrible with names, so
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so sorry that
we
I was
appreciate you
having-
so much.
Like it would be fine. I finally got it to work, and then my phone went again. So I was really panicking there for a minute. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for being here. We're on here today to talk about Bryan Vladek Hasel, who went missing out of East Orlando, Florida on November 6th of 2021. We come on here every Tuesday night around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and sort of brainstorm on how we can get Vladek's face seen by as many people as possible, so that as many eyes are looking out for him.
Yeah, so let's get those taps over 1,000 and let's send out the live. So share the live while you're tapping. I don't think that's workable, but I already said it, so it's too late now. Please share the live and tap the screen. And hopefully we'll get some more people in here with us. And we will chat a little bit here. Live now.
Thank you guys for sharing the live. Thank you everyone for tapping. And if you guys want to join a silent box, please feel free to request.
Here we are. Yay, Brandy. We're like to Bethany. Yeah, we got it. No problem. Doodle Bob, welcome.
I'm trying to switch the layout.
Hello. Oh, is that what you meant to do?
No.
Okay.
Not quite. Okay, there we go.
There we go. Awesome.
Thank you, Mind of Monsters. Thank you. Usually I don't struggle so much with this. I mean, I'm not, this isn't my first time, believe it or not.
No, definitely not her first time. And
No.
I rely on her to know the technical stuff. So,
Oh my gosh. And I rely on her to do the speaking.
yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm good. It's been like 3 weeks now, but if Wisconsin would pick a season, it would be great. So yeah, the 10 of you, welcome in. Let us know what state you are watching from. Since Brandy is here, I'll let you all know that I am still in Wisconsin. and it is snowing like crazy outside. So let me know how the weather is where you are. Keep those comments moving. Tell me what state you're in and what the weather is doing there. You could do this, Brandy. I promise. You just start doing it and you get better and better as it goes on. You know, Bethany is a pretty shy girl and she was really shy at the beginning and she does way better now. Yeah, is it snowing where you are too, Brandy?
Snowing, Brandy? It was like summer here in Western Mass today.
That's crazy.
And by summer, I mean like 50 degrees, but it was really nice.
50.
Really nice. I almost put my shorts on.
Whenever it's like over 40, I'm like, yep, practically summer.
Right? Especially when the sun is shining. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
And by summer, it was really nice.
50.
Really nice.
This is not surprising. It can snow as far as April.
That makes more sense.
Sometimes May even. So, yeah. Sarah Abby, welcome in. Again, let us know where you're watching from. Oh, Mind of Monsters is still in Orlando.
It's gonna be off topic, but my day job. Last week I shipped something from my job, a conference topic called CheeseCon.
No. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. What did you ship? Can you share that with us?
I can't, I honestly, so I was shipping for I was shipping for another facility. So I don't know exactly what was in the box. But my company makes parts that go into like drones. But it was big. It was on a pallet.
It was big. Interesting. Do you remember what city in Wisconsin it was? Not like typical Madison, Milwaukee, Green Bay.
No, I want to say it was Madison.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
It was at like, you know what? Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, those are the big. Madison, Milwaukee, Green Bay are the big.
Oh my gosh.
Because where I live, we do.
Oh my god.
Would be because it's an adult beverage. So, I would think usually the cheese stuff, like the cheddar head stuff, is Green Bay. Although I did work in a store here in my town called Cheddar Heads. We did sell those cheddar head hat things. So
okay, so it's at Alliant Energy Center.
Oh, Alliant Energy Center. Yep. In Madison.
That's where it was going.
That's a big like festival of, I mean, basketball games, or I don't know, sports ball games. I don't know if it's actually basketball, but yeah, big concerts happen there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where it was going.
Fancy. Super. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, you can have CheeseCon pretty much anywhere in Wisconsin. It's what we are.
Do you own one of those cheese
I was
head
blown
things?
away.
Do I own a cheese hat? I do not.
Why?
I have pink hair. What I want people to notice is my pink hair.
I think that's really nice with the cheese hat. Do you own
I have pink hair. What I want people to notice is my pink hair.
Oh, I bet that was adorable.
I'm sure it was. That was pre Melissa with the pink hair. So So how is everyone tonight? We're having a great night here in Wisconsin. Advocating for Bryan Vladek Hasel. Is missing 21. We have had no reliable sightings or tips since missing in November of 2021. We have had no reliable sightings or tips since then, but Bethany Vladek get Vladek's story out across the nation. So yeah, we are town in America needs to be reached before we can say, you know, we've done all we can do. Somewhere there's somewhere in a town in America, there's Vladek, and he is make people that he doesn't know, but he likes to make people feel like they're the most important person in the conversation. Or I like your t-shirts, and then he wants to know how you got to where you are right now and all the things that sort of happened between, you know, beginning and end right where you are. And he really likes to collect these stories, and I think it's because he is pretty real, like they're really, really important, and that's just he is. And we think that people are having these experiences all over America somewhere, and they don't realize that Vladek is a missing person. Vladek, like they're really, really important, and that's just something that Vladek does. And we think that people are having these experiences all over America somewhere, and they don't realize that Vladek is a missing person. Vladek also has a huge respect for the military, any kind of service, things like police officers, firefighters. He always was thanking people for their service. So even the person who took the missing persons report initially, he got to Vladek's parents' place and was like, oh, I think I know Vladek. Does he look kind of like this? And he hadn't seen a picture. Thanking people for their service. So even the person who took the missing persons report initially, he got to Vladek's parents' place and was like, oh, I think I know Vladek. Does he look kind of like this? And he hadn't seen a picture. And yeah, Vladek had thanked him and his partner for their service sometime before he went missing. And so that police officer already knew Vladek because he had one of those great experiences. So a lot of people in the Orlando area, especially where he lived, knew him because in November, around the 6th of November, they might know something that we don't already know. We know what we can see on the cam footage, which we can't show here, but if you go to our page and watch our 3 pinned videos, there is some footage there, and that is the last physical picture that we have seen of Vladek. That's when we saw him. We're buffering. Am I buffering, guys?
Not on my end. I was wondering if it was me. I don't. I'm not noticing any issues.
Anybody else?
No, the only person I see that has
Okay.
No, the only person I see that has
Okay. Where was I? What was I talking about?
You were talking about going to our page and watching the 3 pin.
Yes. So we can see him on those videos. So that's the date that the family goes by is the 6th, because we can see him on the video, and there are some other dates that may or may not have been the case, but we go by the 6th because we can physically see him in this footage. So if you were around that area, what's the name of the street, Rosie? Do you remember?
No. East Orlando, November 26th.
Yeah, East Orlando, especially
November 6th. Oh my gosh, 2021. I said
6. Yeah. You may know something that we don't know. We are University Avenue. Thank you, Christy. You are so fantastic. I forget it every time someone tells me. So we are looking for people like that. But mostly I think we're looking for someone in America that's had Vladek as a friend for a while, but Vladek doesn't share a lot about himself. So, and I doubt he'd ever tell someone that he doesn't see his family. So we are looking for our videos, get an idea of what he looks like. There's a picture there on our big Vladek's mother is always having conversations with strangers too, and she really has been someone who will go to a restaurant and befriend the waiter and tell the waiter about Vladek's story. So he really does take after his mother, which is so sweet. Vladek and his sister Irina were adopted from Russia when Vladek was 5 years old. He does not have a Russian passport or a passport of any kind. So we don't believe he has left the United States because his passport was not valid. If he were to try and get a new passport, he would be flagged because he's registered as a missing person. We're also looking for anyone who wants to join Team Vladek and help us out. We do this every Tuesday night, and in between then we talk back and forth through each team member. We're always working on ideas, things that we can do to get Vladek's story out more, to push things here. And in between then we talk back and forth through each team member. We're always working on ideas, things that we can do to get Vladek's story out more, to push things here on the TikTok or any of the other social media platforms. You can go to our page and click on the LINK in our bio and check any of those other ones out. Follow us there as well, please. That would be very, very helpful. So while you're over there watching our pinned videos, interact with those, like and share and comment and do all those things so that TikTok sees as far as we can. We always want to work with like ethical true crime people. So if you know someone who does true crime and they don't sensationalize things and they tell it by the facts and not anything else, we'd love to talk to them. Bethany has gone on many a podcast in the last year and a half. She's been just doing so many podcasts. I don't know how what is it? I guess recording. She's been recording a lot of podcasts. She's done many, over 7, I think. And she just keeps coming out with more. Those are also in the LNK of our BIO. So if you wanted to listen to any of those podcasts, they're there, and they're approved by our podcast person, Siebler, who's on the panel here. And so if they're Siebler approved, then we
This is TikTok, guys. So every once in a while, you will hear a brief pause, but it's just them trying to get their stuff to work. So please just be patient. They're trying, and we are too. God love us all.
what was oh yes, true crime friends. We love our true crime friends. So if you have any true crime people that you think should do a Vladek story, you tag them in our videos or send our live right now to them. We again love ethical reporting on true crime, and we'd love to work with you. I think the biggest thing, though, all in all, is spending a lot of time, energy, and money helping homeless people in Orlando, which makes us think that he could be working with or living with a homeless community somewhere else in America. Bethany has pretty much saturated the Orlando area with information about Vladek, so we don't think that he is in Orlando, but he is somewhere in the continental USA. Again, he doesn't have a valid passport, so he couldn't leave the country. Yeah, please do all the things to the live, share the live with 5 of your friends. We really appreciate it. Vladek is on our minds all the time. And the best thing about that is Bethany doesn't have to do this alone, and her family isn't alone. We've got all these people on the panel. We've got all the people in the comments. And it is so helpful to have advocates when someone has a missing family member. It's really difficult for family members to get online and talk endlessly about how their loved one went missing or what led up to it and all those things. And, advocates can be a step away from the situation, so we're not nearly as emotionally involved, although I think in the past 2 years, Rosie and I have become family to Bethany, at least. And so it does, there is a bonding that happens, but it is easier for people who are not directly involved with the missing person to do those things. So if you wanted to join us, give us a follow and then just send us a message and say, hey, I'd be willing to talk on a podcast or a live stream for 45 minutes and just keep talking and talking. Or about our little team Vladek here is everyone's got a different skill, and that's how we work together. And what we do. We come on every Tuesday, and every once in a while we have like special events. So I know the car show. Did the car show happen yet, Thomas, or is it happening very soon? Or do you know?
It happened yet.
At Desertland in Orlando, Florida. And we will have a booth and we'll be advocating for Vladek and some other missing people in Florida, outside of Florida, and Aiden Klume.
Awesome. And you do have a very, very nice guitar that somebody pulled out of the sky to raffle off for the search for Aiden Klume. They're going to be doing a search hopefully sometime when the snow thaws out, and they will be raffling off a guitar at this car show to help Aiden's mom with those costs of doing a search. So I appreciate you both, Christy and Thomas, for helping us out. It really takes a team, like I said, and you guys are amazing parts of the team. We really appreciate you. So this weekend, Christy, are you going to be there personally?
Be there Friday and Saturday from 8. Well, I'll be there early, but I'll be there both days. All
Fancy.
day.
Awesome. Well, make sure you wear sunscreen. And is it inside? No, it's outside. Those cars. It's got to be outside, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an outside event, and I'll have
Got
an
it.
awning.
Okay,
and of course
cool.
the table and all the things.
Nice. And Bethany, I know, has been working on Vladek bracelets. Were those going to be for that? Or maybe she gave them away at, what was last weekend? Last weekend was
on, but I think
Advocacy Con. Thank you. Yeah, see, I have this script that I do, and then when I go off script, I don't really know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think she was working on them for both. And if not, well, you're gonna get with flyers and
can't yell at
cards.
me. So yeah, if you're gonna be in Orlando this coming weekend, go see a bunch of really cool Mustangs, because that's really cool. Thomas, I don't know if this is exciting to you, but when I met my husband, he had a Ford Mustang Cobra. Apparently that's fancy.
Oh yeah, I had a Cobra. I had a 2001 Cobra.
Well,
And
what do you know? He sadly sold the Cobra because you can't fit 3 car seats in the back of a Mustang. So, but he was very, very proud of that car, and I think he may have loved it more than me sometimes. So,
well, I sold mine because my yard was beginning to look like a used car dealership, because I had 2 Fox body Mustangs. I had the Mustang that I still have right now, and I had the Cobra. And yeah, my mom was like, "No, something's got to go.
Get rid of something." Interesting. Yep. Yeah, we needed a family car. Oh, hi, Stacy Lynn. How are ya? Welcome in. It's good to see you, sweetie. So yeah, if you want to see some really cool Mustangs, I bet there'll be a Mustang Cobra there. I have no idea. I'm making that up. But it would be really cool to see one. They're fun to drive. Hey, when you go to a car show, do you drive the cars or you just look at them? Friends?
No, because I go to car shows all the time, and while I will let little kids get in my car to take pictures with my car, ain't no one, even a Walmart mechanic, driving my car in and out of the bay.
Got it. Good to know.
But do you drive it? Like, is there like a little
parade?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
It depends on the show. It depends on the show. Sometimes, if it's like for a 4th of July or something like that, yeah, sometimes we'll have a parade. But I don't think this show is going to have any type of parade. This is going to have a lot of really high-end Mustangs there.
Fancy.
So, yeah.
I do like anything with the words high end in them. So that sounds really exciting. Hey, Jody. It's nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. How are you? Yeah, so we were just talking about the car show, Jody. I don't know if you're going to be there, but it's in Orlando. But it's really good to see you, Jody. Yeah, so that's our most recent event. It's coming up this weekend. And like we said, there is a really nice guitar that's being auctioned off or raffled off. Is it a raffle, Thomas? I think it is.
I believe that's what they're going to do. They're going to raffle it off.
Got it. Yeah. So the guitar is for Aiden Clune. His family is doing a search in the spring. And it's going to fund that search because a lot of times when people go missing, the police will help out. I give the police grace and I say about 6 months. And then it is really up to families and friends of the missing person to do all of the work. Money, but the time and the energy and the emotions all go into that, and it's usually a family member of the missing person. And again, that's why advocates are so important. We'd love to have you here with us. Advocates help out families so that they don't have to take on the burden of all of the things, the money and the time and the physical and emotional strength. So it's really great. Mind of Monsters, you worked a miracle, you and Thomas there, getting that car show together. I think getting that car show happening. So I don't know what kind of magic you guys work over for you guys to. So hopefully someone will take some pictures at this car show and talk about it. Be good. Oh, Jody, you're going to be by? Oh, cool. Awesome. Great. So yeah, the car show is coming up, and really that's our latest thing. Bethany has done a few new podcasts. So if you haven't seen those, like I said, they're all in our LANK and our BIO. So take a listen to those. And I don't know, Rosie, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Or I could just start over. I can start over.
Yeah, if you want to, for sure. I just want to say, so right now we have. That is so huge and so amazing. We have subscription. We appreciate you all so much if you contribute, and if not, oh my gosh, thank you, Thomas. Oh, I see that now. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
He promoted. It's a
thank you.
Thank you so much. That is so wonderful. Yeah, thank you to everyone in here. Thank you to our amazing subscribers. Again, that's huge for us. Yeah, thank you all so much.
Yeah, so again, we are here advocating for Bryan Vladek Hasel. He is missing out of East Orlando, Florida since 2021. And he is 25 years old now, and he's been missing for 3+ years. His family miss him terribly. He has a huge family, has tons of sisters, really, one brother and a bunch of sisters. And we are here helping that family out. So normally his sister Bethany is here sort of running the show, but she had some scheduling issues today. So we're just running a live with me and Rosie, and it looks like Brandy left.
Yeah, Brandy just had to dip out. But
Got it.
losing comments.
We usually come on Tuesday nights around 9 Eastern time, and we just tell the story, and we try to get people to join us and spread the word. If we could get the shares up past 11, that'd be great. If we could, I'd really appreciate it because the way we're going to find Vladek is to get people who've never seen this poster before. All of us have different friend groups, so you're sharing to people that I don't know, and I'm sharing to people who you don't know, and that's how we're going to find where Vladek is. Like I said, we do have sort of a core group of people we're looking for. East Orlando area during November, from November 5th around there on of 2021, you may have seen or you have sort of a core group of people we're looking for. From November 5th around there on of 2021, you may have seen or heard or experienced something with Vladek that we don't know. Of interaction with Vladek. We're also looking for when he went missing, for people who conversations with perfect strangers by saying, hey, I love your sneakers, or that t-shirt is really cool, and then continue to make that person feel like the most important person in that conversation. He loves to see how people got to where they are right now. Everyone has a story, and I feel like Vladek is a story collector, and he likes to make the person feel like they're so important, and he gives them all of his attention. So we feel like somewhere in America, Vladek has done that to any number of people, and they don't realize that Vladek is considered a missing person. So we need to get people from all over America to share this live, to share our videos, because he may be in some nook or cranny of a tiny little town in America. And the thing about TikTok and social media is that almost everybody has some sort of social media account. So maybe your aunt's cousin had an experience and you share this with your aunt, and you could be someone who breaks our case wide open. We have not had any credible sightings or tips since he went missing. We do get tips all the time, and we do investigate them, but we have had no real tips that give us a direction to go into. So we would appreciate any people like that. If you do think you've had a Vladek experience, give us a message here on TikTok, and we will get you to the right people to talk to. We also are looking for people who are ethical true crime reporters. So here on TikTok or other social media platforms, if you know someone who does true crime and does it politely and tells the real true story about the people, give them our name. We would love to have them do a story on Vladek, do a video on Vladek, do a podcast on Vladek. We want to get his story all over the place. And, I always like to say we have our podcast extraordinaire, C. Blair, who watches all the podcasts. and he has approved every one of them that Bethany has done. So if you go into our LANK and our BIO, you can find the podcast that Bethany has done. She's done tons of them, and they all are so good. And like I was saying earlier, the basics of the story are there, right? You know, he went missing in November in 2021, but every once in a while, I think the last time I listened to her do a podcast, she threw in some information that I didn't know. And I've been doing this for 2 years. So it can be helpful to listen to more than one podcast about the same story, because you don't say the exact same thing every time. So we'd appreciate it if you listen to any of the podcasts that Bethany has done. Again, they're in our BIO. If you go ahead and check out our page, you can watch our 3 pinned videos. They're the News Nation story that was done about Vladek's missing, what led up to him going missing. There is some really important footage in there that we can't show on the live, but you can watch in the video. Watch our 3 pinned videos. They're the News Nation story that was done about Vladek's missing. It's our last pictures of Vladek that we can see him and see that he is there in Orlando. We're busy, people are looking at us, and maybe we'll get a video on the FYP. That's always what we hope to do, is to keep spreading Vladek's beautiful face and his story around the nation. We are always looking for people to join Team Vladek. As you can see, I can talk and talk and talk for hours, and but you know, maybe there's someone else who could do that too. Also, I know nothing about tech, like nothing. The fact that I can get on a live for TikTok is pretty amazing. But, you know, we're always looking for people who are tech savvy, people who do like graphic design, people like Thomas who just magically make things happen. I'm not sure how he does that, but so if you follow the people who are on our panel here, these are all people who are helping find missing people. So you could be part of our team. So just give us a follow and send us a message saying, hey, I do this thing, or I can help with whatever. And we'd love to have you. It takes a huge team to do something like this, because when a family has a missing person, the police will help them for probably less than 6 months. And then it comes down to the family members, the loved ones, the friends of that missing person. So their money, their energy, their emotions, and their physical energy are all focused on that, and it's hard for one person to do. So that's where advocates come in, telling the story, talking for a long time on TikTok or whatever platform we're talking on is difficult. And especially if you're the person whose brother is missing, it's a hard thing to do over and over again. And so we help them by talking so that they don't have to. And Bethany does an amazing job. She's not here today, but Vladek's sister Bethany has been on and Bethany has been, she found out he was missing. So she's been doing this for 3+ years. And we have accounts on a lot of social media platforms. If you this for 3+ years, and we have accounts on a lot of forums and do all the things. We just want all the info and the attention to go to Vladek and finding where he is right now. So it would help us if you did all those things. We do have an event coming up this weekend. It is a, oh, there we go. where if you're gonna be in Orlando this weekend and you like cars, you might want to go check that out. There's gonna be a booth there advocating for Vladek and other missing people. And they are going to auction off specifically. So, oh, there we go. Like cars, Tom's going to do a ground search this spring, and we're going to raffle that guitar off, and the money will go to helping include. We're going to raffle that guitar off, and the money will go to helping her do that search. It does really come down to family. An LINK to a missing persons poster, to Vladek's missing persons poster. If you want to print that out, it's in our BIO. You can print, and you could send them, tack them up somewhere where you can hang things up, like the community board in your college, or at the bus stop, or at the coffee shop. We're always looking for people to drop off and hang up posters for us. So I had a friend who went to South Carolina, I think, and she drove there, and the whole way there, she stopped at every rest stop and hung up a Vladek poster at every rest stop, which is so helpful. And we don't need you to travel to any other state if you just cover your area. Even if you put up 3 posters, it helps us. Someone sees Vladek's face for the first time, and it helps us out so much. So if you want to do that, there are people who are willing also to send you those printouts if you don't have a way to print them out. So just give us a message, send us a message here, and we will hook you up with the people who are printing those off. So you would just need to provide your address to that one person. So that is a good way to help us, and it doesn't take a lot of money, and it's really, actually doing it is really rewarding. I have had people stop and ask me, because I'm up, why I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and you get to explain why someone missing from Orlando is in Orlando anymore. He is somewhere in America. He does not have in Wisconsin. For one, he would be flagged because he is a registered missing person. So we think Vladek is somewhere in America. So if you're in America, you can help us out, boots on the ground, putting posters up in if you are from another country, it is not, you are not unhelpful to us. So sharing his poster on your page, sharing it to your friends who are from the USA, it still is helpful. We had a wonderful person from the UK help us out a couple of weeks ago. And she was sharing it with lawyers across the United States that she works with. So it does not have to be, you don't have to be in Orlando, basically. I have never traveled to Orlando for a Vladek, for a Vladek thing. I've done all of this from my room in Wisconsin. So we can find a way to put you to work. And a lot of what we do, it is free. It just takes time. And Like I said, it's really difficult for family and people to put in all that time and energy and money. And so having other advocates out there in the United States putting up posters, telling his story, sharing our videos, doing a duet, or linking our videos on your page. Everyone has different friends than us. So we would love it if you would do a video on your page, either duetting or what's the other thing called? I just forgot it. Anyways, doing a video of Vladek on your page will help us out. And, you know, that's also free. So if you, then that makes you an advocate then. Even if that's the only missing person video you do on your Thank you so much for those heart puffs as well. So Danny is a friend. It makes you an advocate, and we are always looking for more people to help. We have physical. If you go up to our page and click on our first 3 pinned videos, the story of what led up to Vladek going missing is on a News Nation story in our on our page. So if you watch that, and while you're there, interact with the videos, watch the whole way through, like and comment and share those videos with your friends. That just helps us get on the FYP, and it also does what our main focus is to spread Vladek's face and his story across the United States. Yeah, Danny, a lot of us do. A lot of us advocates start this because we are moms, and we can't imagine. And my oldest son is Vladek's age, so it is a lot of us start this because we want to help out, because Vladek's someone's son and someone's brother, and we want to help that family. So, you know, anything we can do to help out that family a little bit and take some of that burden off of them, it's an amazing honor to help them out, and it helps with the stress of being the person who has to continue
They will be right back, guys. They have pauses in between because TikTok does that from time to time. So please just be patient with us. We're trying.
now. And he has done that to so many people that the officer who came to take the missing person report had met Vladek because he had come up to them and thanked him and his partner for his service. So that police officer already knew who Vladek was. And that is just very typical Vladek. He has a huge heart for the service members, police officers, people in the military. Vladek was in the Marines, so he has a great respect for the military and service people. He has done that for, even in our video, if you go to our page and watch our video, he is going to talk to a police officer on this video, and he even thanks him for his service. So it really is just something that he does, and we love that he's doing it, because we think that someone has had that Vladek experience somewhere and they don't realize that he's considered a missing person. So we're doing just a bunch of crowdsourcing when we come on here on Tuesday nights. And we also do it through our other social media accounts. And this weekend, we are doing a big outreach program during a car show. So that is in Orlando, and it's this Saturday and Sunday, I believe. And Rosie, can you put the picture up of the car show, please? Are you there? So yeah, there's a car show this weekend, and there's going to be a booth where we hand out. That's okay, Thomas, you're good. They're going to hand out info on Vladek. There's going to be people there to talk to. We're also going to advocate for other missing people Friday and Saturday. Thank you so much, Christy, for fixing that, because I truly thought it was Saturday and Sunday. Friday and Saturday this coming weekend in Orlando. So if you like cars, or you want to help out some families of a missing person and look at cars, this is where you should go. So we do outreaches like this all the time. This is our latest one, but we're always looking for other ways to reach people. So if you have an idea of how else to spread Vladek's story, we would love for you to join our team. Give us a follow and send us a message saying, hey, I do a podcast, or I don't know, somebody was like, we should raffle off a guitar, and then Thomas just produced a guitar. So I don't know if you're magic like Thomas. We'd love for you to join our team. Like I said, advocates are just there to take off some of the burden from the families. Missing people's families go through the worst thing of their lives, and then they're also expected to spread the word about their family member and try to help the police find any kind of clues. The police don't really help. They're not looking for people after 3 years. They're just waiting for tips to come in. So they will say that it's an open investigation, and it is, but nobody is physically on the ground looking for Vladek or doing things like social media, except Bethany and our crew here. So the Team Vladek is who sends out all of these live streams, any of our videos, anyone who puts out posters. They're all part of our team, and we'd love to have you. So BIO, where you can print off 4 posters on one page and just put them in bus stops or rest stops, train stations, where you can print off 4 posters on one page and just print off 4 posters on one page and just put them in bus stops or posters for Vladek. Train stations, super easy, the coffee shops, and so that click on Team Vladek, and it would help us account. Even if you only put 4 posters up, tells the whole story of what led up to him going missing. While you're there, like, comment, share, do all the things. While you're here, if you want to subscribe, we do now have 7 subscribers, which is record breaking for us. You could also send, we've got gift goals. You could also be really amazing like Thomas and promote our video, our live stream, all of that money, any of it goes directly into doing this all over again another day. So any gifts you give, any subscriptions you have, it helps us promote our videos the next day or the next week. And it is an expensive endeavor to find your missing loved one, and every little penny counts, and we definitely put everything back into the Vladek account if anyone gifts us. So we really appreciate any gifting, but really a lot of what you can do is completely free. The 11 of you who are in here listening to me, maybe for the 4th time, say all of this stuff, you are helping us by being gifts us. So we really appreciate any gifting, but really a lot of what you can do is completely maybe for the 4th time, say all of this stuff. You are helping us by being in our live and just listening. Any gifting, but really a lot of what you can do is completely free. The 11 of you who are in here listening to me, maybe for the 4th time, say all of this stuff. You are helping us by being in our live and just listening. Hopefully you're tabbing the screen. Thank you for the 32.4K likes. It's very nice. We appreciate that. Thank you for those 18 shares. If you could share the live out to 5 of your friends, they are through our social media searches. So we're doing crowdsourcing. We're in all kinds of other social media accounts as well. Go to the LANK and our BM. And so we feel like we will finish. So hi, Thomas. How are you? Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. We appreciate you. Hello. We appreciate you. So yeah, those are the basic things that we do as advocates to help us out. If you know people who do true crime podcasts or true crime reporting on any social media, TikTok or anything else, and you think they would do an ethical tons of podcasts in the last year and a half. She has been rolling out the podcast. So also going to spell it again. There's an LANK in our BIO of all of the podcasts she's done. They're really well done. And I realized last week that she says stuff a little bit differently, Bethany, every once in a while. So the basic story is always there, right? He went missing on the 5th and they were on a trip. But last week she said something that I had never heard her say. And so each podcast is a little bit different. So it doesn't hurt to listen to them all. I can't make fun of Siebler because he's not in here, but we have a friend, Siebler, who has listened to all of the podcasts. So, and we say that our podcasts are Siebler approved because he loves podcasts and he's listened to all of the Vladek podcasts. You don't have to listen to them all, or you can listen to them all. It all supports Bethany and her amazing family, and the 3+ years of searching for Vladek, trying to find what happened to him after November 5th of 2021. We are looking for people who would have been in the East Orlando area during that time. We would love to have a direction to go in. So we haven't had any credible tips since he went missing. We do search and research any tips that come in. So we have had those, but we haven't had anything that led us in a direction. So it would be really awesome if there was someone who was in the East Orlando area and had an experience with Vladek after the 5th, and could maybe give us a direction to look into. So that is another group of people that we're always trying to reach. Rosie, do you have anything else that you would like to add? Because my allergy my allergies
No,
are
no.
my
I
voice
think
is getting a little tidy. Do you have anything else that you would like to add? Because my allergies
no,
are
no.
my
I
voice
think
is getting a little tidy.
we've had a lot of people in here, and it's all thanks to you. And
And please, we always need brainstorming. So sometimes we take entire lives. Always need brainstorming. So sometimes we take entire lives and just think it out. So if you guys have any ideas, please let us know. And nothing is too big or too small. When I heard Thomas say, "Oh, let's do a car show," I'm like, how's that going to happen? And it was in the works the next week. So, I now say there's nothing too big or too small, because we've done boots on the ground in our hometowns, and we've also Mind of Monsters and Thomas put together a whole car show in 1 week. So if you guys have any other ideas, we'd love to hear them. Of course, you don't have to think of them right now. You can always send us a message, and we'd love to know. Yes, teamwork for sure. So yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. I think 9:30-ish. No, it's 10:30 on the East Coast is a good place to stop, because my voice is done. And
no, thank you
I
so
love you.
much. Thank you all so much.
So the information we have is the information in the pinned videos. So all of that is still current. And if you haven't watched those videos, then that's where you would get all the information from.
And definitely go to our profile and in the top right corner, turn on post notifications and live notifications if you would like to stay updated. As Melissa said, we're on here every Tuesday evening around 9 or 9:30 Eastern Standard Time PM.
Yes, that. And check out the car show if you're in Orlando, Florida, this Friday and Saturday, and they will have a booth advocating for Vladek and other missing people. So you can check that out if you're from Orlando. You had the idea. Yes. Thomas had the idea, and Christy, you just magically made it happen. I love magic.
Called Paint the Street Screen, and ask everyone in every city across the nation just to go hang 5 flyers of this, and the easiest. So on the anniversary of Vladek going missing, I would like for maybe us to come on here and do a live and promote it heavily. Called Paint the Street Screen, and ask everyone in every city across the nation just to go hang 5 flyers of Vlad and get his face plastered everywhere. Because we don't know where he's at, but he's somewhere in the U.S. And if we can get his face plastered on every street corner in this country, we can help bring him home.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did do a really amazing live stream this past November when he did
that was so cool.
So it was a really great live stream. So, but yeah.
I guess that ended by accident. She's like, "Mic drop, I'm out."
Love
Okay.
Rosie. Love
Listen, she
Rosie.
said she was tired. Nobody listened. She's like, "All right, 9:30, y'all bloop." I
She
know it
said,
was an
"All right,
accident.
peace out, Girl Scout."
I know. It was an accident, but I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, "Well, mic drop. It's over." Hey,
I
Arctic.
love that idea. Paint the streets green. I love
Yes,
that, Arctic. That is a phenomenal idea.
that is.
Hey, Doodle, in Messenger DM, I sent you pictures of the guitar. Cash is wanting to see the guitar.
All right, let's see. Now we get to see if how my brain works to see if I can go over there and actually get that. Let's see. Or should we have a we may just have a Is that all we get? For real? I can't even train wreck right? Let's try that again. Holy moly. There we go. Shoot, All right, I had to. I'm digging that way too much. I gotta stop.
I
All right,
love
let's
it.
go. Yeah, but you know,
It's
when
like
you
my
can't
church
even train wreck
lady.
right. All aboard the short train, let's go. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. You sent it to me? It's gonna show them I don't okay, you can't see it. I was like, I don't need them seeing our weird talky talk we do. Not that we do any weird talky talk. All right,
Hi, Be Real. Thank you so much for being here.
see if I can save these real quick. I'm figuring this out. Little by little. All right.
I put it in the chats earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and verbally let everybody know in case anybody was late or didn't see it. Doodle's going to pull up the pictures of the guitar. So
Oh,
Amy
that is
Clune
not
is
it.
Aiden Clune's mother, and
That is
because of
not it.
state lines, oh Lord, what's she pulling up?
I did this.
Because of state lines, what we're gonna do is it's gonna be an online thing, so everybody can join. I'll make sure that Arctic and Doodle and Kimber have the link to the online, and that way anybody that wants to share or put in their join for the guitar, you'll be able to do it from the online.
There's the stand. Right? Am I right?
Yes.
Mom?
Yes, the
Okay, I'm like,
stand was donated from Music and Arts, which is the store that the music store that we purchased the guitar from. Arctic donated the money for the guitar, and then Craig took me to several different shops. We couldn't find one that like didn't have scratches on the pick guard, or I played guitar for years, so I was like going over them with a fine tooth comb. And I finally made him drive me downtown Orlando, and we walked into a music shop. And when we walked into the music shop, this guitar was about the third one down on the wall, and something drew me to it. I just walked straight up to the guitar, and I looked at Craig and I said, "This is the one." And he said, "But it's purple." I said, "I can't help it. I don't know. This is the guitar." And then we ended up finding out the following Tuesday, Amy took a box on the TikTok, and
Yeah.
Aiden's favorite color is purple.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yep. Yep. She when I talked to her on the phone, she was telling me when I talked to her on the phone as well that his favorite color is purple, and like a lot of the stuff that's going to be displayed that she's sending me for the car show is purple themed because that was his
Oh,
favorite
wow.
color.
Well, how weird
So
is
it was
that?
like, you know,
That's awesome.
hmm I believe in the stars and the moon and all that stuff and
Oh,
energy and
yeah.
pulling and tugging on you, and I honestly believe that's why. I mean, there was beautiful guitars hanging there. There was a red and white, like old school um, style Fender. This is a Fender that's on the
Beautiful.
screen, and I really like. I don't know. I just walked straight up to this one, and it was the guitar. Like there was no questions
Yeah.
asked. I was like, "This is the one." And Craig grabbed it and took it up to the counter so nobody else would grab it, which I was
Oh.
standing guard security over it. So
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you were all over that.
it would have been karate chopped if anybody tried to put their hands anywhere near it. It was man.
Oh boy. All right. Well, guys, do you have anything else, Mom? Are you going live?
Nope, that's it. Just if you're no, not
Oh.
tonight. If you're in the Orlando area on Friday and Saturday, I will be at Desertland in Orlando. It's on I-Drive, International Drive. It is a free event. We will be advocating. We'll have flyers, we'll have cards, we'll have resources, and thanks to Drifty Rabbit, I have a massive box of channel merch and things like that will also be available at the show as a thank you for anybody that's willing to learn Vladek's story, Aiden's story, or the other missing people that are going to be featured. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I've an absolute nervous wreck, and it's days away. So you guys wish me luck.
Oh, once you get there and get around Bethany, you'll be fine. You'll be more relaxed and get set up. You know, the table's set up, and Mikey will be there. That'll be good comedy. So you'll be fine.
Cash, there should be a short on my channel. I am going to upload another short, like a green screen with the flyer in the background and then me talking. I'll probably do that tomorrow, so that way it's midweek. And I will include the link for the giveaway for the guitar raffle, whatever you want to call it, for the guitar in the description of the short. And I'll make sure that Doodle has it and Arctic has it and Kimber has it, so we can get it on all the community walls as
Hey,
well.
yeah, several have asked to buy tickets to this, so hopefully. But we may want to try to figure out, guys, if you're going to buy a ticket, you may have to pay shipping because if you don't live there, and that's going to be quite a penny to ship. And because this is a donation deal, just know that when you buy these tickets, you may be entitled to pay the shipping. But I mean, come on, how wrong can you go with buying a ticket for an awesome guitar and just paying shipping, right? Sounds like a plan to me. I love that idea.
Yes, and it's going to go to the search for Aiden that's coming up in the next couple of months. I don't know if Amy wants me to make the dates public, so I'm not going to say the dates on the live until I clear it with her that it's okay, but it is planned, it is coming up, and the funds will go to help with
Yeah.
that. And we
Right,
may
Kat.
have the shipping thing worked out too,
Oh,
so
okay. Okay. I just didn't know, and
it's
I
kind of
don't.
one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of, I mean, that's going to be a pretty price. So I don't know how you guys want to work that, but I just wanted them to know that there could be a thing where they may be entitled to pay shipping because if you don't live in
Mhm.
Florida, that's going to be pricey.
Yeah.
But I'll leave
And,
that
and
up
I
to
have a
you guys.
great local mom and pop shop that's willing to help with the
Oh,
shipping as
good.
well. It's
Oh,
they've just
great.
recently opened, their husband and wife. It was their dream to open a shipping place. They print
Oh,
all my flyers for me. They're really nice people. So
I love
it's
nice
for a good
people.
thing.
Yes, amazing thing. I mean, you guys have to think, what if this was your family member and you were left to pay for everything? The search, because even the searchers, they have to have stuff. They have to have drinks. They have to have snacks, and someone could get hurt. You have to have first aid kits. You have lots and lots of things are involved in searches, especially one in this
Yep.
magnitude.
And it's the desert.
Yeah.
It is the desert, and it's a vast area of the desert.
Mm, goodness. Well, all right, guys. I guess that's it. Thank you guys for joining us so much. You know what I'm gonna say? Life's short. You can't change your story, but you can change how it ends. Make it a good one. Why not? I mean, you got to be known for something, right? What you got, Mom?
Just remember, if you see something, say something. Takes a village to raise a child. We never give up. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.
Does anyone understand? Does anyone lend a hand? When the silence starts to bite, will you join me in this fight? Can you see them in your dreams? Can you hear their desperate screams? A heartbeat lost in the night. Oh, will you help me be their voice in the Together we can shine a